How can I be this? Because some of you wish you had that on your face. You wish you had that on your behind. You wish you had that, but the problem is that you are not the one to want that. That's the problem. It's as simple as that. I got to see somebody had a church. My pastor had a church. Pastor Kwatidzo had a church. Kwavari, he had magwai.
To him, he
I
had
went
sheep.
there as a gwai.
I went there as a sheep. And I saw another sheep.
In church.
In church. I knew why that church had been assembled and then congregated. And then I saw her, there she was. I come back again and there she is. And I come back for another service and there she is. Until I got to a point where I knew where she lived. And I knew that that's the bench that she always occupies. And for me to know that she sits there, I had to look for my own position where I'll be able to have a vantage point to see
and
her
for
go.
many Sundays, pastor preached a lot of things
That I didn't even hear.
But today I thank him because he did that for a reason. Had he not called us together, I was never going to meet this beautiful girl. Never. Never. So all the excuses that she tried to give me, look at what here. Chikoro.
School?
What
What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And she says, but you're at school. And I said, even if I fail.
Wait and see. I have a calling. I was not even called to that school. I was called into ministry. The Holy Spirit has been giving me things, better things than what I'm hearing over there. I'm trying to follow a process. Simple. So what you need to understand now, when you're raised by God as a girl to that level of spirituality, you say yes to a man now based on foresight. There is nothing to love now, but there is something to love and care for tomorrow. Your ability to look into the rod and know. God has intentionally taken away branches. It's not that this guy is broke. God doesn't want girls to pick a stick. So God has a way of hiding branches and leaves. It takes, yes, your value, the value that you think you have has to give you spiritual insight into understanding real matters, what they really are. Sit down, please. You people, some of you, if your mother,
This mother here,
if
if she had gone by the way that you see things,
you know what you need to do is, when you look at something that has already happened, something that has already transpired, do you know that as you increase yourself in terms of self-awareness and self-improvement, your quality and your value increases. And as your value increases, you are taken out of the market. And yet even your intention was to get a husband from this conference. These things you need to be very, very careful, because as your value increases, as your worth increases, not in terms of money, I'm even referring to spiritual value. As your value spiritual, sit down. You and sit. It's so disturbing, because a man sees you, a man can see that you are beautiful, and Abimelech texts you and he gets a rebuke from God that this one you can't touch. She's of high value. Don't. You see, I understand it when it is the devil stopping people from giving you a word, stopping men from giving you a word. A word. The man was about to do something wrong, because this was another man's wife. What he was about to do was something wrong. And God said, try it. Go ahead, touch her. Touch one breast and see. Touch her. And Abimelech woke up and invited. He said, what is this? It was God who rebuked. Because God is saying to this man, this woman is beyond your reach. In as much as you think you are the king of Egypt, you are of a lesser value. I don't like it when your value increases to that point, where there are so many men, so many boys in this church, and they've been promoted and elevated by God way beyond their reach. It's a problem. 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 Because some of them, when they look at you, they don't see a wife, they see God. They see an anointing. They don't see a wife. They come with the right intentions. When they arrive, they're asking for prayers from you. My sister, join me in prayer. I'm looking for somebody. Yes, you can say, this was just the king, and what he was about to do is something wrong. You can think it's just a marriage, but according to God, it can be something wrong that is about to happen. And somebody gets rebuked for even wanting to marry you. But that's a problem, because then how many Abrahams are we going to find? How many? So sometimes what you need to find now is not even in Abraham. You need to find in Abram. It's Abram. And Abram is an individual with an ability to become. The capacity to improve. He doesn't have money now. His name is not too long. It's Abram. Even his car is very small. His jacket is tiny. That's not a nice shoe in his feet. The name is so short and so brief. But within him lies the potential and the capacity to become the father of nations. So what you need to understand now, when you are raised by God as a girl to that level of spirituality, you say yes to a man now based on foresight. There is nothing to love now, but there is something to love and care for tomorrow. Your ability to look into the rod and know. God has intentionally taken away branches. It's not that this guy is broke. God doesn't want girls to pick a stick. So God has a way of hiding branches and leaves. It takes, yes, your value, the value that you think you have has to give you spiritual insight into understanding real matters, what they really are. Sit down, please. You people, some of you, if your mother,
This mother here, if she had gone by the way that you see them,
aye. Sit down. I said I want to close this thing. You see what happens. You see what happens. You know, some of you people, God puts you in a place of scarcity, in a place of lack. This is the reason why sometimes, no matter how much rebuke you give to certain occurrences in your life, they don't react. They don't respond to the power of God because they are also the power of God. Those situations are the power of God. I don't like it when God puts me in a situation just so that I discover a certain dimension of his attributes. I don't like it, but it's good, but I don't like it. You see, because God realized that, the people that called God, Jehovah Jireh, Abraham, needed to be put in a place of scarcity before he could discover such a name. They called him Jehovah Shalom, the God of peace. But God realized that without violence and conflict and war, these guys are never, because he can't be called Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah my banner. For God to be called God, the God your peace, there was need for something to happen. You see this? So there is violence, there are storms, just so that when he comes and he demonstrates peace. That name can only be realized after the storm, not before. So God at this point realizes that I keep on getting proper names after situations, after problems. So he allows some of you to go through those experiences because you have failed to give God that name before the storm. He's putting you in a place of scarcity because there's no any other way that you can call him Jehovah Jireh. You are in that lake because God is lacking a name. He's in need of a proper identification. He wants you to name him properly. In this case, some people are allowed to go sick. Go sick. I can tell you this, I got so sick. I don't want to get into that story. I've told you already. I got so sick to a point where I realized the gift of healing is necessary. The gift of healing. I noticed, I realized, I discovered, I found out that it was necessary whilst I was dying. Then after that, I didn't ask God why I was sick, because from there I came back with a revelation. So I know it was the revelation that made me sick. I'm in that situation now. I have an understanding as to why. What's keeping that guy away? What makes him afraid? He likes beautiful ladies, but why is he afraid of beauty? Why is he intimidated by beauty? When spirits are involved, watch out. I asked you to sit down because I want to close. Okay, sit. Please, I want to close. But before I close, remember, I'm going to do something. That's a promise. So sit down, please. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. So when you see a person manifesting, God is telling me what to do and how to address the situation. So when I see a certain kind of manifestation, I look at the person manifesting and I'm getting some indications. God is telling me, because God sometimes is not going to be giving me a lot of details. There comes a day when God is not interested in talking too much. While it's still in that day, you need to know matters that are of privacy in terms of their nature. God will cause manifestations to happen in your presence as a way of communication. He's telling you what is giving this person problems by the way they manifest around. So what you begin to do when you're healing people, you will see God using you to heal people, deliver people, but be observant. Always have your eyes open. Look at the manifestations. The anger, there is a manifestation. The fear, there is a manifestation. A demon is showing forth itself in your presence. And you're waiting for the guy to fall. He's never going to fall. He has maintained balance over time, having that spirit for years. And also having received the prayers from different men of God. Now he's seasoned. He's seasoned. There is that gadget that you put, some of the people, they put it even in boats. It's a gyroscope. It helps the vessel to balance. Whilst the waves are coming, it stays still. So not everybody is going to fall. It's a way of manifestation. People cough uncontrollably. So you need to be listening. Some people sneeze and that's their manifestation. A person who is asthmatic can be delivered from the demon of asthma, and after it is gone, he is still left struggling to breathe. Why? Because the lungs were taught. The lungs were given a behavior. The lungs were given a certain, even the heart. We can deliver you from a spirit that gives you heart problems, and after it is gone, you still have a condition of the heart. Why? Because when a demon left, it left a wrong rhythm. It was taught by a spirit to behave that way. So what we are seeing is a manifestation of a lecture. It's following a program. This person is poor today, not because spirits from the village are still following him. No, information from the village. Knowledge from the village. So when I see a manifestation, what I do is, you take your time. Look at the way even things manifest around you, not just people. So during the manifestation, as you'll see when I start, we'll take some few minutes and do this because it's necessary. I'm not going, whether, let me look at my time. This. So when you see a manifestation, what do we do in deliverance? Delivering people from demons and even delivering people from demonic mentalities. Okay? Yes, they are demonic thoughts. That's why we have to bring to captivity every thought that seeks to exalt itself above the knowledge of Jesus Christ. So a mind that wants to reign over the knowledge of God has to be reduced. So it's a capturing of the mind. That happens even after deliverance. So that knowledge, understanding, wisdom is brought under the control and the rulership and leadership of Jesus. Capturing your own mind. So when I see a manifestation, what I do is, they call it reverse engineering. Reverse engineering is when you come across, when you find a product, you were not there when it was made. And sometimes you don't even know what it is. What is it used for? You don't even know. But you want to understand the item. So what you do is you open it up. You split it into pieces. Look inside and begin to study. So it's reverse engineering in the sense that whoever put it together was doing it going forward, but you're doing it in reverse to get an understanding of what they were making. So whatever it is, whether it's a phone or it's a microphone like this, you find it, you see it for the very first time, you don't know what it is used for. You need to start opening it up. What is this thing for? Slowly but surely analyzing every piece, every component. You might not even know what it is for until you come across something, whether there's something inside of this microphone. Because when I'm speaking into this microphone, think about this for a moment. What do you think? Is this Is this a symbol? Is this thing a mouth or an ear? Let them answer. Not you. I'm asking now because a manifestation is going to help you. A manifestation, you are going to look at matters from here. Sometimes it's a journey into the past until you know this one has not departed his father's house. Now I'm asking, is this microphone, when you see, what is it resembling? Is it a mouth or it's an ear? If it's just an ear, how is it that it speaks? It has to be what? Both. Right? So because I'm the one speaking into the microphone, so that there must be a hearing ability that they put into this mic. So I'm being heard by the microphone. So if I'm to open this microphone, I'm supposed to come across a diaphragm in this microphone that is in the ear. I have it in the ear. So I've no knowledge, probably maybe I've never seen the inside of a microphone, but I've seen the inside of an ear. So when I see a diaphragm, I have no idea what is this for, but I see some similarities. I've discovered there is a component in this thing that I've seen elsewhere. I've seen this in my ear. So this thing, most likely, it has an ability. So we are working in reverse. So manifestations, they help us. So what this microphone is receiving, these are simply sound waves. It's not even a word or whatever or a shout. It's sound waves. When they hit into the diaphragm, it doesn't end there. It has then to be transmitted. There must be a transmitter, a mouth that speaks from this microphone. So these are electrical charges that are coming from the microphone into the computer through the mixer. And then we get to hear what is also being said by the microphone, through the microphone. Are you listening to me? So there must be a speaking ability within this gadget and a hearing ability in this gadget. So by opening it up, this is how you look into matters. Don't just say, if I ask some of you, so repetitious.
You do things that are so repetitious.
My attacks are cyclical.
Their attacks come in cycles.
From this month to another month, behavior is so systematic. Yet, you cannot see
that this is a game that's being played on us by
you need to diagnose matters. To say, no, the way things are happening, there is a spirit involved in this matter. This has nothing to do with our education. This has nothing to do with our appearance, our beauty or lack of it. Nothing. This is a spirit. This is a spirit involved here. So you look at the matter and you open it up and you look inside. Where is this thing coming from? And never make a mistake of even blaming your father, because he was also suffering from the same thing. Same thing. It's just that you are making the same mistake. He came here, he never discovered. He never opened up the matter. And that's exactly what you're also doing. Manifestations help you diagnose situations. Manifestation. The way the thing manifests, it gives you a clue. So you know the right medication to give to it. You must allow situations to talk to you. When terrible things are happening around you, it's a communication that is being transmitted. it's a statement, it's a language that is coming to you. It has to get into the system inside of you, and you discern what is being said by situations around you. How can I be this? Because some of you, you wish you had that on your face. You wish you had that on your behind. You wish you had that, but the problem is that you are not the one to want that. That's the problem. It's as simple as that. You know, this is so disturbing that you can look at yourself in the mirror and you see that you
yourself will believe that this is the definition of beauty. You yourself. But who is beholding that beauty? Go ahead then and marry yourself then.
Marry yourself, let's see. If
you were someone else,
if
you were someone else,
you would wish you had what he desires. You don't even know what men are looking for. The thing that you want to add, the right person is not looking for that. What you want to remove, the right person is looking for that. You'll have your friends telling you, wow, But let them marry you. Let them marry you. Sit down, please. So some of you women, you get too much obsessed. You are worried about this, worried about that. You don't even know the aura that a woman carries. There is that thing that makes a woman a woman. That thing. That thing that makes a woman a woman. Don't be carnal. It's a spiritual thing. It says it is given to the woman. It's a gift to the body of a woman. Once you're a woman, a man, a real man cannot overlook you. A real man, I'm talking of a real man, as long as you're a woman, every man that looks at you sees something and feels something. Whether he is a pastor, yes, yeah. So I could have waited for my wife to finish her education. She wanted to proceed. I said, I'm in a hurry. And she said, I understand, because you people, once you're done, once you've graduated, you need to have an assembly. So they can't give you an assembly. They can't trust you with an assembly unless you have a wife. I said, no. I said, no. I'm not even thinking about that. So we had to talk about it. I said, assembly or no assembly, I want you now. So at the same time, I'm very much concerned because she still wants to pursue her goals. I also would want to have an educated wife. But hey, we have no time for all that. I said, and she was saying, no, but I think you need a bit of time. I said, you don't even know when I saw you. So you don't lecture me on time. And after all, I'm a prophet. I'm a spiritual. I see from afar. I've been having dreams and dreams and dreams. So at that time, I didn't care much about a lot of things. Whether I was getting into danger, I was ready to die. Because I felt the time was up. And God was not telling me that, but my body. Yes, there was no angel, no seraphim, nothing. God never spoke to me. It was my body. I must be able to read and to understand communications from my own body. Unless it is not yet time for you. But if you feel without hearing any other voice, because your body is transmitting that information, is telling you to know,
the time has come.
Huh? Yeah. You see what happens sometimes? Maybe we'll have
to give you more services so that we can address issues like subject. This. Because if I get a hold of it as a subject,
Pastor, if your time is up, stop waiting. There's no need for you to wait. No need for you to wait. But in your rush, follow every procedure, every requirement. Don't walk into a trap. You are receiving too much knowledge that even if it's an almond road, you can tell. This is an almond road. Sometimes life is so difficult. I pray for you a lot. Whilst you're here together from the very first day, you were here on Monday, I was here on Monday, and we are praying for you, making sure that things go well. You know what happens in life? No, where people start to bleed is when you're working when you're walking a very long journey and your mentality is causing things to happen around you as if demons are at work, and it is your mentality. I was asking your mom this question this other time, that is it fair that a man can be in your life for years, 5 years courtship, 6 years, 7 years courtship? My young brother was in a courtship for how many years? Where is he? This one. 9 years. This one. Doing reverse engineering. I said to him, we are different. You can be my father in that area. I never got to see the girl until the wedding day. When I saw her and how beautiful she was, I said to him, how did you overcome this? 9 years. What is wrong with you? What if Jesus had come back? Anyway. Yeah. So my question to her was, and then after 7 years, a man decides to walk away. No reason. And now she's thinking she has had 20 other men coming and they were interested. And she said, no, I have somebody. How do you survive that experience? Somebody was sent ahead of the right one and occupied space, only for the right one to come and be told, I have somebody, I have someone. There are people with that kind of grace. They come, they occupy space, and they are wasting your time. You have to be asking the men,
so where exactly do you see this issue ending? And you have to actually try to maneuver the conversation. So we're talking.
Russia.
He's talking all about Russia.
As a politics.
And he's talking about politics.
A new album.
And he's talking about a new album.
And you wonder. Anyway,
let me leave it.
During our time, we never had all that. There was nothing like that. This yo.
That's what's keeping you from marrying.
It's a terrible thing. This young girl is going to start to think of those men that once came. Now that this time Wester is gone, she's now thinking, where is that guy? Now here comes the temptation. She now wants to make advances. She's now breaking the hedge. She's now acting otherwise, like she is an evil spirit. She doesn't have an evil spirit. She's realizing that she is lost. Because she said there was somebody, yet there was a nobody. You now have to begin to learn to act so that you are easily identified. You have to find a way to the microphone so that you ask a question. Just so that they can beam you on the screen. This has nothing to do with the question. She knows what she's asking. She knows. But there is also wisdom in that. You can't be that good and you come and you hide. When it's question time, even if you don't have one, it's an opportunity for them to see you. Make it easy for guys to identify you. When a
certain person comes out on screen and they're asking, there's a guy out there that doesn't even hear what she's asking. All he's looking for is where exactly is she seated.
Akuna, that's why I've always been saying, even if you are the right product, if you are not nicely placed, preaching
a forbidden message, but this is what it is.
I got to see somebody had a church. My pastor had a church. Pastor Kwatidzo had a church. Kwavari, he had Makwai.
To him, he
I went there as a guy.
I went there as a sheep. And I saw another sheep.
In church.
In church.
I
knew why that church had been assembled and then congregated. And then I saw her. There she was. I come back again and there she is. And I come back for another service and there she is. Until I got to a point where I knew where she lived. And I knew that that's the bench that she always occupies. And for me to know that she sits there, I had to look for my own position where I'll be able to have a vantage point to see her.
And for many Sundays, Pastor preached a lot of things that
I didn't even hear.
But today I thank him because he did that for a reason. Had he not called us together, I was never going to meet this beautiful girl. Never. Never. So all the excuses that she tried to give me, look at what here.
School. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And she says, but you're at school. And I said, even if I fail,
wait and see. I have a calling. I was not even called to that school. I was called into ministry. The Holy Spirit has been giving me things, better things than what I'm hearing over there. I'm trying to follow a process. Simple. But still I want to know,
you want to get an education so that... I'm not saying don't get an education.
Please.
I'm just talking about this is my story. This is our story.
Our
family is set up like this. My father-in-law at that time was actually drinking alcohol. And I told her that we can even make these elders in our church if you want.
They'll be coming to our ministry, to our church. That's it.
What do you do?
I
never put her under any pressure to say, my father-in-law, please, now you have to be born again. I just continued.
Remember 14 days?
Do you remember the 14?
14 days
that we had at Hebron. Right then. When I said that tomorrow there's going to be a wind moving and people are going to be called from their houses.
Miracles, different types of miracles. When I then said it's time, if you want to be born again, come and stand over here.
My father-in-law came forward
stage.
And he got on the stage and he came to stand face to face with me at the front. It's on video. They came and stood there. And the ushers came and asked him, until the ushers had to help him down, where he wanted to get it from close. Is that right?
Yes. No.
I wasn't saying that just as a way of wooing her.
Yes, everything that we are enjoying today, we were making declarations of these things. Declarations. So we know how spiritual things work. You look at your background and you are thinking, no.
My father, where you are coming from is different from where we are coming. In our time, if we have been invited to come to this place,
I wasn't going to be able to be here. You are better off.
This your starting point is actually
things
massive.
Things can be better for you. You have more opportunities than we had. All you need now is to be set free from a wrong mentality. The thinking of an evil spirit. The knowledge that you acquired by possession. Possession. That can manifest. And then you wonder, some of you might actually be living in that dilemma.
I'm born again. How come I always manifest?
If you keep looking into this message, you will understand that no, there was a teaching that you received. A way of doing things, even a habit that you think is yours. You can have a spirit that came that was addicted to drugs. Not even you. And you got a training from that spirit. Now, whatever appetite that you inherited. That's why when we tine simba ramara kuti munhu anoyapa about ababa ndiri kudya zvakati andigone kuregedza chakati ndiri 10 liters zedoro.
That's why some of us have the power where we can invite people and they can say they can't stop certain addictions.
Rehabilitation, okay.
We don't take those people to rehab. We just say okay.
What are we doing? You tell them
get that alcohol, drink it. And they start vomiting out even things that they enjoy.
We know how to reprogram, resetting,
removing that which is similar to an evil spirit that is within a person.
Because we know this is not your own appetite. It's an inherited feeling, an inherited appetite that can be addressed by the power of God. Hakuna, you look at another woman,
as a woman, and then you feel like you love
nobody should blame you for that. Nobody should even blame you for, they will blame you, but I'm saying nobody, a person who has a proper understanding knows where you have inherited that from.
There is nothing the way I can look at another man and admire or desire. Even if you say that there are no more women on this planet, then that's it, it's over.
Oh man.
Come on. What?
We don't even want to spend a lot of time on Panyayo.
You just come here and then
Then you realize it's not even you. This is an inheritance. Some foreign spirit brought that desire. That desire it's a foreign desire. You are feeling, you are desiring on behalf of a spirit. All you need is a separation from that. Not even from a demon that is present. If we can reprogram you, if we can convert the mindset that was left by an evil spirit. That's it.